to the struggle, where the space for intellectual pursuits was limited and the focus was on survival and liberation. The educational institutions of the Eastern Cape evolved from nursery of intellectual pursuit to nursery of political resistance. I will be accused of generalizing when I suggest that the price of liberation was indeed education. I'm certain, though, that had apartheid not consumed our dreams and thoughts and passions in the way it did, the embryonic African intellectual movement of the late 1800s and early 1900s would have developed into a formidable force. Instead, we're all called to forego our careers in academia, commerce, arts, sciences, and teaching to become freedom fighters, guerrillas, and activists instead. Of course, there were those amongst us who managed to do both, but they were rarities. On the whole, it meant that the African intellectuals did not have a voice, that our pursuit of modernity, to express our pursuit of modernity in our own terms. That brings me to the third phase, the rebirth. Liberation meant eventually that we were able to unshackle ourselves from the oppressive limitations to our collective intellectual growth. We remain convinced that there is an inextricable link between education and development, and have established policies and systems to ensure that, and I quote, the doors of learning shall be open to all. As a country, we spend more per capita on education than all other African countries, with South Africa teachers amongst the best paid, if you look at it from a purchasing power parity. And yet, we as Africa's economic powerhouse have one of the worst performing education systems on the continent. We perform consistently near the bottom of the international heap on maths, science, and literacy. Our policies, curricula, people, and systems have not delivered the changes we need. We do not have enough doctors, engineers, ICT specialists, scientists, and artisans to build the modern economy that is necessary to drive real development. Over the last 18 years, our education system has simply not produced the skills we need, partially because we have had to overcome a huge deficit in intellectual, technical, and educational capacity created while we were diverted to overcoming apartheid. Indeed, the wherewithal to lead development and infrastructure is not yet apparent. Consequently, despite all efforts, we are yet to correct the imbalances and backlogs we inherited from apartheid. In the Eastern Cape, we still have the country's second largest basic education burden, with over 6,400 institutions, with 2.3 million learners, and more than 75,000 teachers and officials. We have the greatest shortage of classrooms relative to the number of learners, the worst learner-classroom ratio, and the highest learner-educator ratio in the country. These backlogs and excessive ratios are highest in the remote parts of the province, particularly the former Transkei. Teacher qualifications mirror this pattern, as does the capacity of the department to provide support. As a result, the least qualified educators generally have the least equipped facilities, least support from the department, inadequate learner support material, and the highest numbers of learners to teach. And I want to argue that probably the challenge even becomes more difficult when we consider the reality that in the Eastern Cape we have 4 universities. And those who think that the problem is money, I do not think the problem is money, and it's more than that. I think it's a matter that I think all academics and institutions should be focused in. If you are schooled in the Eastern Cape, the fact is that only about a quarter of children who started school with you in grade 1 set matric exams with you 12 years later. You, today's graduates, are amongst the extraordinary 4% of your original group that passed matric with exemptions to be accepted for a bachelor's degree. You have, each of you, overcome enormous obstacles to success placed in your path. You have, each of you, moved aside the considerable disadvantages wrought by decades of apartheid. You have succeeded despite our inability to dislodge those obstacles, to correct the wrongs, and to emphatically open the doors of learning. You have demonstrated that you are capable of reclaiming the ground lost during your parents' and grandparents' generations. Your achievement is therefore remarkable. But the truth is that we need to reach a point where achieving bachelor's degree is not a Herculean task, defying odds. For our province to develop, to contribute to development of the country and continent, such achievements should be facilitated, not obstructed. We need more than just 4% of the learners making the grade. The current reality must indeed change. Change is usually catalyzed by the need to seek solutions for unsatisfactory conditions. I'm sure we can agree that the route that the children of the Eastern Cape currently have to take to graduate with university degrees constitute an unsatisfactory conditions. Added to this is the reality that even though you have reached this critical milestone in your development, there is still the real challenge of translating your academic qualification into an appropriate form of employment that enables you to provide for your family and to be a productive member of society. Mahatma Gandhi, a South African and Indian political and spiritual leader, famously said, I quote, "You must be the change you want to see in the world," unquote. If we further accept that development is a function of change, I would like to suggest that it is up to each of you to ensure that you use your education to ignite change. It will be through that change that you cause the rebirth of development underpinned by rigorous intellectual debate and investigation. That is the spirit we need to harness to resolve the crisis in basic education and skilling. For us to progress economically, you would note the emphasis on basic education, because I believe that part of the problems confronted by higher education in this country stem from the problems that we have in basic education, and that we have, through research and other forms of interventions, to have a total focus on trying to turn around basic education if we are to ensure that higher education has better outcomes. Since the systems of basic education skilling are largely under control of the state, it is here that the notions of developmental state must firmly take root. We need partnerships with institutions like Walter Sisulu to continue to build a robust and relevant higher education environment. We need education to support development by producing competent health and education professionals, engineers and scientists. We need young minds and committed hearts to help us towards the tough decisions we need to take to reform and improve the systems that continue to detract us away from better quality of education. Having achieved democracy, it would seem, we have perhaps rested on our laurels and relied much on our own government to provide. Your education places you in the perfect position to lead the next big push to establish prosperity, to ensure that the next generation's development is built on the firm foundations of excellent education, from where we can individually, collectively, take responsibility for our provinces and nation's development. Just as the Eastern Cape intellectuals and educationalists laid the foundations for democracy, we would wish that this class act is repeated, with our intellectuals and educational institutions laying the foundations for our future prosperity. In particular, we require that our higher education institutions, and especially WSU, make a more active contribution to our collective efforts to enhance economic growth and productivity. While the university must obviously provide relevant skills to the labor market, We also need you to ensure that the competitive advantage of the Eastern Cape is protected by undertaking to assist us to interpret and apply science and technology to real development, particularly for infrastructure development, agriculture, rural development, healthcare, education, etc. Research needs to be strengthened because our view, I would argue, that part of the challenge we have is that many a times our university are detracted from their basic functions, which is research and training. We need to ensure that we avoid these distractions, provide funding for turning around our universities, ensure that our academics are properly trained, and ensure that the universities focus on what is needed by the economy. The great African intellectuals of the late 1800s were nurtured here in the Eastern Cape. The intellectual tradition sustained African leaders throughout the 20th century. Those traditions must be reborn here to give life to new hope, to new dreams, and ultimately a new reality. Your education has ensured that it is within your capability to change the world. In challenging you to give life to a new reality, I leave you with the words of Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe. I quote, that was his last speech in 1949 at Forterre. I quote, "We must therefore appreciate our role, we must appreciate our responsibility. The African people have entrusted their whole future to us, and we have sworn that we are leading them, not to death, but to life abundant." I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Nsindisi Jonas, for your thought-provoking and illuminating lecture. I'm sure at the appropriate time, our administrator, Professor Van Staden, would also extend a vote of thanks to you and others. Madam Chancellor, I hereby declare that the candidates whose names appear on your program have duly satisfied the requirements, and I have the honor to request that they be presented to you for the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in the respective instructional programs.
Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree
Bonan Setin. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus, Technologiae, Fine Art on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae in Engineering Civil on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Alan Graham, cum laude. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree Baccalaureus Technologiae Fine Art on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Ntembeko Yanga, cum laude. Chauzana Lazon. Mzuvukile edi, sishuta. Snoxolo Chiva. Kuma Zuma, cum laude. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae Information Technology Software Development on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Odwa Gazan. Mzukisi Mgeni. Ines Niragira. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Theologiae
I hereby confer the degree.
Mlandeli Mandla. Tembeka Mata Mangalisa. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Theologiae Engineering Mechanica.
I hereby confer the degree.
Nolundi Fekisi. Lutando Gobozi. Kindokuhle Malusi. Kembeka Mfengu. Anam Velele.
Madam Chancellor, I have honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae Cost and Management Accounting on the names of the candidates whose names appear in the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Phozisa Shumigazi Aplane. Zinhle Monica Bal. Notamsa Nakago. Nongedo Dugat. Spokazi Fata. Kamagwini Grenolin Kwai. Nomphelo Konqobe. Papa Amas Nethemba Masiso. Azile Nonogazi Mbombo. Nomzamo Mpama. Nompumelelo Mpambane. Nomphelo Viwe Mpofu. Sisanda Siki. Julius Skepe. Naledi Chabane. Yandiswa Eunice Vandal. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Baccalaureus Technologia Internal Auditing on the candidates whose names appear on the program.
I hereby confer the degree.
Lungiseleli Kondan.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma in Analytical Chemistry. Ositethile Raphael Yata. Bulelwa Binjana. Yandisa Jumkhali. Nosisa Popot. Ababalwe Jacob. Amandla Jimana. Vuyolwethu Makhala. Nokhanyo Gloria Bewana. Cynthia Busisiwe Nlokoti. Thembakazi Ncitha. Kwanele Kunjani. Xolelwa Nonyukela. Luthando Nyaba. Luthando was cum laude. Luthando Chwenya cum laude. Sinazo Zekani. Sinazo Zekani. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma Building. Sipokazi Dlongwana. Zukiswa Faku. Abongile Zipho Dobo. Keletso Litwao. Voyokazi Luthuli. Lukhanyo Madumani. Sihle Manxiwa. Katleho Maswi Mujwadi. Ubeko Luthando Mphahlwa. Jojo Kazi Christabel Msai. Wanga Salatiso Festival Ndubela. Robin Luke Nithling. Yolanda Tlavane. Siphosihle Khupha. Asavela Siganga. Graham William Stewart cum laude. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma Engineering Civil. Zinkita Bana. Nasiphi Qabantshi. Siviwe Bentin Gwebusha. Kululeko Ako. Asanda Hlehliso. Zingisa Khumalo. Sibusiso Breeze Magali. Sinazo Maobe. Zikhona Maobe. Bongani Makendla. Sinethemba Maqom. Lukhanyo Luvuyo Mahaheni. Bonelwa Mboleni. afikile aphiwe mboyi. Mzonke Mgobo. Azola Mkhondo. Vulisango Laude Mlomo. Nomta Cleopatra Moss. Luvo Mpotulu. Abongile Mchukuma. Koko Mzati. Sorry, Roro Mzati. Yanga Nzube. Uza Tunja. Zukile Tandaza Pato. Akamba Hoswa. Morena Kima Major Sitoboko. Kembakazi Somtseyu. Angezwa Gcobisa Zoli. Angezwa. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program receive the National Diploma, Engineering Civil. Oh, sorry, electrical. Siphiwe Kuhle Mkentane. Ntombi zonke ngalo. Yandisa Steve Gamlan. Advocate Meli Numfa. Nolu Cindy so Patricia Velepai. Siyabulela Zulu, Vusumzi Vimbani. Mbongiseni Zikolo. Sipokas, any Rose Dadla. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the candidates whose names appear on the program received the National Diploma, Engineering Mechanical. Pendulwa Ruth Bokol. Linamandla Busakwe. Paulina Delihlazo. Ncebakazi Gexesa. Aphelele Bonani Gili. Lungelo Line. Baxolele Lukebu. Masiwele Marsh. Mawande Mana. Nalit Matogas. Luvuyo Duncan Mhleleni, Kanya Mahambi, Luanga Mkosana, Fuzile Mzazi, Philip Zilindile Ncibi, Siasanda Lucius Ngongolo, Giacolo Hilton John Mte,